Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, subscribe, folks. Comment, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as the links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, okay? Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a live radio show right here on this channel. Tune in. We'll be talking Jets. We'll be talking about the roster. We'll be discussing all these things we got going on. So call in. I take live callers. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Now, with that said and done and put to the side, I'm going to talk to you folks today about Mekhi Becton. Okay, I've come to talk to you folks today about Mekhi Becton, and I want to talk about, will Mekhi Becton be our starting left tackle? I want to give you folks my thoughts on this. I've gone back and forth with a lot of people, and there's a lot of things going on right now. Of course, we've already, heard reports that Mekhi Becton will be attending the mandatory minicamp the New York Jets have coming up on June 14th through 16th. I'm really hyped about that, okay? Because again, we haven't seen him in a minute. He missed OTAs because he's had a child as well. The birth of his child was around that time. So I'm hyped about this. And I know that there's a lot of things swirling around about him right now. There's some people in the fan base that are upset with him. I've heard some fans talk about trading him. Of course, there's a big part of the fan base that loves him, can't wait to have him back. But there's a lot of commotion surrounding Mekhi Becton in his name, and I want to discuss this, man. So first, I want to get into kind of what led up to all of these things that we got going on surrounding Mekhi. Now, of course, we all know we took Mekhi in the 2020 draft, the 11th pick overall. And let me tell you something. This guy was phenomenal his first year. But we all knew that when we took him, one of the things, that was a knock on him was his weight. That was a big thing. And I'm going to bring this up because this is going to be kind of a reoccurring theme that we see throughout while I'm talking about things that's going on with Mekhi Becton. All right, there was a lot of people coming in. The second that we took this guy, one of the knocks was, hey, we don't know if this guy's going to be able to stay in shape. A lot of people question, him being able to stay in shape. In college, they said, listen, he's going to come in. He's already a big guy. If he gets any bigger, you're going to have big problems, right? But we saw him step onto this field, okay, his rookie year, and he was phenomenal, okay? When he was out there and he was healthy and he was playing, he was crazy good. Like, there was people, around the league talking about him being a top tackle. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Jets fan and I like Mekhi Becton. No, there was analysts. Damian Woody talked about him being one of the best, tackles in the league. He was really impressing a lot of people. He was doing a lot of great things. His pass blocking was solid. He was a road grader in the run game, all that stuff. But the issue that we saw as the year continued on was he would get nicked up and he would miss time. We saw him miss time with a shoulder injury. We saw him miss time with a chest injury. He had some breathing issues. So he would miss time and get nicked up, and a lot of fans started to get these knocks on him saying that he was brittle, he needs to be healthy and all this other stuff. And again, I get it. He did miss the time, but again, this guy was phenomenal when he was out there. So as the season ended, right, we're going into year 2, and everybody's saying, all right, Mekhi, he's shown us that he has the talent, but he's just got to stay healthy. He's just got to come in and really stay healthy full season, and, everybody's going to be more than excited about him continuing to be here, being a Jet. We're already hyped about what he's shown us. Now, he comes into, year 2, goes into the offseason, and there started to be some rumors swirling about him being out of shape, which I didn't necessarily understand because he was posting videos at the facility, and we saw Mekhi Becton in the offseason at the facility, and he was in shape. He looked better year 2 coming in to play football in the offseason than he did his rookie year. He was thin. He was shredded out. He looked good. So I didn't know where the rumors were coming from that he was out of shape because he looked extremely good. And again, he was posting videos, okay? Then he also dealt with a foot injury as well. He missed some time in the offseason. Came back from that foot injury, and we saw, he was battling with Carl Lawson. There were some people trying to say, Carl Lawson was getting the best of him, in practice. I didn't necessarily have an issue with that, because, again, Carl Lawson, when he was healthy, was showing us, hey, he was one of the better, defensive linemen in the league, one of the better edge rushers in the league. So, of course, you're battling going back and forth with this guy, iron sharpens iron. So that is what it is. As long as he was not getting dominated by other people out there on the field, I don't care, yeah, Carl Lawson may get his reps, but Mekhi Becton was winning his reps sometimes too, so it was all good. There was also a little bit of criticism from Mike LaFleur as well, towards Mekhi Becton's way a little bit, that kind of threw people off. But as we continued and, into the season, he started week 1 and immediately went down week 1. Now, week 1, he goes down. He has a dislocated kneecap. Initially, the reports, dislocated kneecap, out 4 to 8 weeks. And we were like, all right, because the way he went down, it looked like he might have tore his ACL, all right? We were like, okay, dislocated kneecap, we'll see him later on in the season. It sucks that he's injured, but, we'll get him back, so we got to deal with that. That's fine versus, him having a torn ACL or something like that, right? So as Mekhi Becton's on the sideline, healing up, right? And he also had a surgery on the sideline, healing up. You got George Fant getting put out there. He gets moved to left tackle. You put Morgan Moses at right tackle. Now, George Fant did perform extremely well for us throughout the season at left tackle. He played very well for us this season, right? So as the season continues on, and he, is playing fairly well there, we get a little bit later on in the season, and it's looking like everybody's excited because it's around the time that Mekhi Becton is supposed to come back, right? We're all excited about it. He's been gone for quite a bit at this point. We're like, all right, let's make it happen. Let's get it going. And then Sulla kind of comes out and says, hey, it'd be a miracle if Mekhi Becton comes back at this point because things aren't looking so good. He's a big guy. It's looking like, his size and things, that knee's not healing up like we thought it would. So he's probably not going to come back. And then we saw him not come back and finish the season, on the sidelines dealing with the injury. Then the rumors started swirling again surrounding Mekhi Becton. We started hearing about reports from media that had sources within the Jets that talked about how there's a lot of people within the Jets organization that were not happy with Mekhi Becton. They felt like he didn't work hard enough to come back from the injury. This is according to reports from the sources. There are also reports as well saying that he was out of shape and that a lot of people within the Jets organization was upset with him being out of shape as well. So as this continues on, but publicly again, Sulla's just saying, hey, he's a big man. We'll see him probably next season. He's definitely not coming back. He finishes it on the sidelines. It is what it is, right? Okay. So fans immediately hop on, Mekhi Becton. They're going back and forth with him. Of course, we saw people talking crazy to Mekhi Becton. You're a bust. You didn't come back. You're out of shape, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And again, these are just things that's swirling about because Sulla just said, hey, he's going to be on the sidelines. Big guy. It didn't heal like we thought it would. All right, cool. Then we go, Sulla's at the Senior Bowl with the staff, right? Media sits down with Sulla. They're talking to him, going back and forth about the Jets and Senior Bowl. They ask him some questions about Mekhi Becton. And then he comes out and says this about Mekhi Becton. He says that Mekhi Becton must come in and reinsert himself, okay? And that Mekhi Becton is going to come back this year. When he comes back in year 2, he's going to come back and he's going to have to compete for his left tackle position. And that kind of blew people back a little bit. Yeah, people sit back in their seats like, whoa, wait a second. Because Mekhi Becton was our starting left tackle. And now you're saying that he's going to have to come back and compete for that position. What's going on, And that kind of started to swirl more rumors as well. Because, again, we started to hear about George Fant and, the New York Jets seeking an extension for George Fant. And it was like, all of this started swirling at once. And again, the rumors started coming back that he was out of shape. That's why the Jets were, having him compete for his left tackle position and all that stuff. So, of course, people get on him again, and Mekhi Becton started to respond to some fans that were talking to him crazy. I will say this, the fans started it, okay? There were people that started that. They started talking to him crazy, and he was going back and forth with it. Now, the other thing that started to open up as well after this comes out is that Mekhi Becton's going back and forth with fans, but so is Duke Mayweather. Okay, now Duke Mayweather is his trainer. He works with Mekhi Becton. All the videos that Duke is posting of Mekhi, they working out, going back and forth within his facility. This guy works closely with him. Now, Duke Mayweather started to go back and forth with fans as well. And it was this one fan that he went back and forth with. And he told him, he said like this, the injury, this dislocated kneecap stuff, this injury that y'all thought Mekhi Becton had, was way worse than that, okay? The second that he got injured, of course, he went and had that surgery and stuff, He said that Mekhi was never coming back from the injury that he had. So whatever it is, according to Duke Mayweather, it was worse than a dislocated kneecap. But whatever it is, he was never going to come back from it. And anybody that thought that he was coming back that season was sadly mistaken. So that kind of blew me back a bit as well, because I'm like, wow, this is his trainer. Now, he never specified what the injury was exactly, but he said it was worse than what was reported. It was worse than that dislocated kneecap. So now we sit here, right? We're sitting here now, mandatory, mandatory OTAs coming around the corner, okay? And people are looking at Mekhi Becton and wondering if he's going to be our starting left tackle, all right? Mekhi Becton's working out. He's going to be back, and I believe he's going to be 100% ready. He's going to be out there, all right? I think that Mekhi Becton, and this has also been reported by, some people in his circle. Of course, he's hearing all these things that's being said about him, okay? He's going back and forth with fans. He's even changed his name on social media to the Big Bust, okay? He hears it, and he's utilizing all of this as motivation. Everybody in his camp is saying, yeah, he's hearing you, and he's out there, he's working out hard, and he's going to use all of this negative energy, he's going to use it as fuel. I want to be very clear with what I'm about to say. If Mekhi Becton is fully healthy, which I believe that he is, when he steps in, he's going to battle with George Fant for that left tackle position. He's going to easily be the New York Jets starting left tackle. When Mekhi Becton is healthy, he's one of the best tackles in the league. He's the best tackle on this team, okay? Period, all right? So I think that Mekhi Becton is going to come back this year. He's going to get it together, all right? And he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. I'm telling you, he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. And when he goes back out there and he starts dominating people and throwing people around, a lot of these fans that love to talk to him crazy will sit down and be silenced. Mekhi Becton, in my mind, will be the New York Jets starting left tackle, hands down. Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about Mekhi Becton? What are your thoughts about him attending the mandatory minicamp? What are your thoughts about him coming back in this injury? Do you feel like he'll be able to get the starting left tackle position back? Because I do. I think it's going to be very... he's going to take it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe, because I believe in Mekhi Becton. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.